Hi, welcome back. So we really haven't been posting a lot of videos lately, and there's a good reason for that. So we make bagels and we make focaccia bread and sandwich bread, and the truth is we really don't eat a lot of bread. We pretty much follow a carnivore, keto, whole foods diet for the most part, with some treats added in here and there as we please, but yeah, that's the truth. You got me. So we eat a lot of steaks, we eat a lot of eggs, some bacon here and there, just real whole foods and not a lot of recipes involved, especially in the summer. I don't want to be in the kitchen cooking all these crazy things because, to be honest, half of them end up in the garbage, except for like the good stuff, like the bagels. But like when I try to recreate keto pizzas and stuff, nobody eats it but me. So the one thing that my kids do like is these Mission low carb tortillas. I like them too. I think they're really good. But the first ingredient is modified wheat starch and wheat flour. Whole bunch of wheat. And I have one daughter and myself that we just can't do the wheat. My stomach goes bloop, and it's not cute for the beach or the pool or anything else. So we're gonna ditch these for now and save them for my kids that actually do eat them. Put that there, and we're gonna make 3 different kind of wraps. Of course, the cottage cheese, was it 1 egg? I think it was a cup of cottage cheese, no, 2 eggs. Okay, there we go, we're gonna do that one. And then we're just gonna do a good old fashioned baked cheese wrap, which I prefer. Simple ingredients, what's in here? Pasteurized skim milk, cheese culture, salt, and microbial enzymes. I prefer that, but let's just try it for the hell of it, right? And then I watched some lady make wraps. Actually, she was making, what do you call it, wontons, egg rolls, using chickpea flour. And then while it's not 100% low carb chickpea flour, it's whole food for sure. There's nothing else in here but garbanzo beans. And only 1 tablespoon we're gonna use, so they say, for 1 wrap. So 1 tablespoon, not really a lot of carbs, and I'm okay with that. We don't do this for weight loss. We just do it to feel good, to give our bodies what it needs, and just to feel better. Like, who wants to feel bloated and gross? Like, when I eat bread and stuff, and it's just so good. Like, who doesn't want a fresh bagel out of the oven? But honestly, my joints get stiff, my back hurts. I said I get bloating. I get a rash on my one finger, which is odd, but I mean, it's just not something that I can do often. So let's go get started on our first wrap, which is gonna be the cottage cheese wrap. So, and I'm just gonna do this unscripted. You're here with me. If it fails, it fails. But this one I've done often, and it's actually really good. So, and then this brand is Good Culture. I happen to have the low-fat cottage cheese. Only has skim milk, whole milk, cream, sea salt, live active cultures. That's it. I like that. So what are we missing here? All right, scoop. And it doesn't have a lot of liquid, so you don't have to worry about straining it like I've seen in some of these videos. Okay, so we have 1 cup of cottage cheese, and I'm gonna add that to my brand new favorite, Ninja D-Tech Duo. We make everything. Like, this thing is a game changer. We make smoothies. We make, of course, this cottage cheese. Let me get something else. Hold on. Cottage cheese wraps. We literally make everything with them, and I love it. The best. So in goes a cup of cottage cheese. I'm pretty sure it's 2 eggs. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Done. I gotta wash my hands. I hate eggs on my hands. So the cheese one I know comes out great. The one I'm curious about is the chickpea flour one. That one may be a fail, but you'll be here with me to check it out. All right, in my Ninja D-Tech Duo. Turn it on, and then I guess it just detects like the consistency of it, but there we go. Done. Okay. So now this one says, I'm just gonna keep my oven, it's already preheated at 350. That's just standard. So that's how I'm gonna bake everything. All right, so here we go. Consistency is like, I don't know, kind of like a thin pancake batter. You could see. All right, I'm gonna pour it in here. I guess you can make little ones. I'm gonna just make one big one and then I cut it up. So, I'll have my kids do a taste test at the end because they're the real critics. If it passes the kid test, you know it's good, right? Okay. Because like I said, they don't like a lot of crazy recipes. They just prefer simple stuff. All right, so I'm putting this in the oven for at 350. They said 35 minutes, but mine always burns at 35 minutes. So I'm gonna put it for 25 minutes and I'm gonna keep an eye on it. I'll be back. Next, we have my favorite mozzarella cheese wraps. I think I want to make a, I don't know why I can't think of the name, egg rolls with this, because we have leftover steaks, so I think I might do some Philly cheesesteaks for dinner. And I will be having this, unless the chickpea flour one's good, but I guess we won't know until we try, right? All right, so let's see. It's kind of a lot of cheese, right, for one wrap. All right, we'll go with it, right? All right, so this will be 2 wraps here. And this will go into the oven, 350. Really, I just keep an eye on it until it's like, you don't want it brown because then it'll be too, like, won't be pliable. I'm gonna say 10 minutes, but I'll keep an eye on it. And now the last one is going to be, this one I'm really winging. Okay, we have our chickpea flour. I was told 1 tablespoon is all you need. So this is what we got. And now I'm going to pour in enough water to make it a very thin consistency. Give it a shot. The lady that did it, the recipe that I saw, she was like painting it on a pan, which I don't know. I don't really have great pans. So, all right, let's see. This doesn't look right. Maybe it's like maybe I have to paint it on the parchment paper, but that doesn't really look like it would be enough for, all right, we're gonna thicken it up a little bit. Thin it up. Okay. I see, so it's supposed to be like kind of runny, I think, right? Like enough to paint on. All right. So I can't really give you a recipe because I don't know. But like I said, it was 1 tablespoon of chickpea flour. All right, I'm mixing it up. Maybe it was 2 or 3 tablespoons of water. But if this does work, I'll obviously have a better recipe for you. I'll try it again. All right. All right, so that's the consistency. It still needs to be blended up more. It's like, pretty much like water. So, let me get my parchment paper set up and I'll be right back. The cheese is almost ready. It's been only like 5 or 6 minutes at 350. And I have this chickpea water mixed up. Let's see. All right, I make no promises, just the mom in the kitchen experimenting. I don't know about this. And it's kind of small, but I guess I could thin it out with the brush and see. Don't waste anything. Again, I said the woman painted it in the pan, but you gotta have a good non-stick pan for that, and I don't have any non-stick pans anymore. I pretty much use cast iron whenever I can. All right, let's thin it out and see. I don't know if you could see what I'm doing here. All right, let's make it in the shape of like a wonton wrapper, right? So that's like a square. A little bit bigger. I don't know about this thing. All right, oh, my parchment paper's getting a little. All right, so there we go. We're gonna pop this in and see what goes on here. There is the cheese wrappers. You're obviously gonna want these to cool down, but not too much where they turn stiff. So there's kind of like a little time in between. Get that off the pan so they cool down. And I use these for like, I've been making my own lunch meat, but I mean, you can get cold cut, you know, cold cuts from the deli or whatever you want. Yeah, just let it cool until it's still pliable, see? But we're gonna give that time to cool. I'll be back. And I took this wonton wrapper thingy, whatever it's supposed to be, out of the oven, and to me, it looks like a fail. I'll peel it off when it's fully cooled, but I wanna see what that lady was talking about. So, I have my pan, I'm gonna spray it, I'm gonna make some of that chickpea flour stuff. And I'm gonna give it another shot on the pan, painting it into the pan. Now, like I said, my pans suck, so they're really not that great. But 1 tablespoon of this. Let me measure it out this time. This way, if it does come out good, I know. All right, let's see, that's 1 tablespoon. Let's see how much more I need. Okay. And I'm just heating up my little thingy here. All right. I'm gonna make it like a crepe or a manigotta, that kind of consistency. It's like a light, thin pancake batter, I think is what you're going for here. Because when you make manigotta on the stove, like you're supposed to, it is, you kind of just swirl it around. So I wonder if that would work too. I should try, I'm gonna try that. Just swirl it around like that. They say Italians don't really follow your recipes, you could see. I just like to wing it and try it. All right, is that good? I guess we'll find out. If it's a fail, it's a fail. But like I said, you'll be here with me. Turn that up. All right, spray my pan. Okay, let that heat up. And we will see how this comes out. All right, this is cool. Let's check it out. This is the wonton chickpea water wrapper. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother. I'll let it cool more, but this looks like a fail. But you know, I'm sure the recipe is good. I just have to give it another shot here. We want it to be really, really hot. Yet. It's heating. Yeah, we'll just wait on the pan to heat up. Okay, so our cheese took about 2 minutes to cool down, and now it lifts right off the pan. It is a little bit oily, but we're gonna let it sit for a little bit before we eat it. So there you go. There's our wrap, just mozzarella cheese. And now I'm going to make a roast beef sandwich. And because cold cuts are so expensive, especially with like the boar's head roast beef, I've actually been just roasting my own, I think this was like a top round. And then I bought a deli slicer, so now I slice my own meat. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, this is what I do for fun. Okay, we got some bagged lettuce. Okay, let me slice up tomatoes real quick. I cannot wait for the tomatoes to get nice and ripe from my dad's garden so I can go steal some. Because I am not a gardener. I tried. Not for me. Okay. Got my tomatoes. I've been making homemade mayo. You can check my other videos for the recipe on that. Super, super simple. Like, it takes literally not even 30 seconds to make the mayo. You dump it in, you get the immersion blender, and it's done. And you have fresh, homemade, no crap ingredients. What should we put first? Put the lettuce first. Lettuce first. I guess we could put cheese, but it's kind of cheese on there already, right? All right, tomatoes. I'm gonna put a little salt. Salt the tomatoes. Okay. Then I have my fresh roast beef. Just tear it up because sometimes, you know, when you have a delicate wrap, you don't want to have any like a hearty meat, and this is pretty hearty. So I'm just gonna make sure. But if you have regular, you know, cold cuts from the deli, that's fine. All right, we got some homemade mayo, spread it on top. Hope I didn't overfill it. All right, now you're gonna roll it up. Okay, and you're gonna let it sit. I'm actually gonna wrap this in paper towel for a little bit before I cut it. So let me wash my hands again. And I'm gonna wrap it in the paper towel to, one, to take some of that oil off from the cheese because it's just greasy. And then two, to keep it, let it form its shape. So I'm just gonna roll it, you see, roll it in the paper towel. Just kind of like that, put it to the side. And I'm gonna do the same for this. Although, maybe I'm gonna save this for Philly cheesesteaks later. I think I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna leave this one here like that. And this will be, just go like this for later. And you could stick it in the fridge, but it's not gonna be pliable when it comes out, so you have to let it get to room temperature. So we'll stick this to the side for a minute. Wonton wrapper thingy, whatever it's supposed to be, out of the oven. And to me, it looks like a fail. I'll peel it off when it's fully cooled, but I wanna see what that lady was talking about. So I have my pan, I'm gonna spray it, I'm gonna make some of that chickpea flour stuff. And I'm gonna give it another shot on the pan, painting it into the pan. Now, like I said, my pans suck, so they're really not that great. But 1 tablespoon of this. Let me measure it out this time. This way, if it does come out good, I know. All right, let's see, that's 1 tablespoon. Let's see how much more I need. Okay. And I'm just heating up my little thingy here. All right. I'm gonna make it like a crepe or a manigotta, that kind of consistency. Or it's like a light, thin pancake batter, I think is what you're going for here. Because when you make manigotta on the stove, like you're supposed to, you kind of just swirl it around. So I wonder if that would work too. I should try, I'm gonna try that. Just swirl it around like that. They say Italians don't really follow your recipes, you could see. I just like to wing it and try it. All right, is that good? I guess we'll find out. If it's a fail, it's a fail. But like I said, you'll be here with me. Turn that up. All right, spray my pan. That heat up. And we will see how this comes out. Cool. All right, this is cool. Let's check it out. This is the wonton chickpea and water wrapper. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother. I'll let it cool more, but this looks like a fail. But you know, I'm sure the recipe is good. I just have to give it another shot here. We want it to be really, really hot. So this is not hot just yet. It's heating. Yeah, we'll just wait on the pan to heat up. So it looks like the pan's pretty much heated up. And I'm gonna drop it in and swirl it. So let's see. Yeah, it's a little clumpy, but all right. So like with crepes, you're gonna swirl it around. Yeah. I think we're just gonna stick with the cheese. All right, this is what we got. Not really as thin as I would like it, but I think if I blended it, there's still some pieces in there. But this is a consistency of the chickpea flour and water. I was managed to get some off of the parchment paper. So it's not bad. I can see it being an awesome wrap. Really good, actually. It tastes more like a tortilla. All dry. But we obviously put stuff on it. Let's see what this thing's about to do. Like I said, it's just you, me, and my kitchen experimenting. Let's see. It's forming something. I don't know what, but it's doing something. Ugh. You know, It's a little, just definitely needs, like, it having a filling. If it had a filling, it would be good, but by itself, it tastes like chickpea flour. Flip it. I'm gonna flip it and see what happens. All right. I mean, it's something. I don't know what, but I guess kind of whatever you put in it, it'll taste like that. Oh. I keep eyeing that sandwich over there, though. It looks so good. Let me cut it up while we wait. Maybe I should leave this. This is it. It's like a little pancake kind of thing. I'll put this on my parchment paper over here. All right, we'll let that cool and see what that one's all about. Here's my mozzarella wrap sandwich. There it goes. Now it's not oily at all anymore. It's held its shape really, really nice. See? And it's just mozzarella cheese. I mean, I've taken this to the pool for me and my husband for lunch. You can cut, I like to cut it on diagonal. I'm fancy like that. All right. Okay. Let's see if I can get a nice close up of that. See? Perfect sandwich wrap. I love it. So good. Love it. All right, the cottage cheese wrap finally came out of the oven, and it was 350 for about 25 to 30 minutes. So they were right on that. But look, it's nice and soft. Let me not push it, but so here it is. I like this side better, so I'm gonna have this as the outside. It looks like a tortilla. Oh, it's ripping. Looks like a tortilla, so don't shake it around like me. All right, so we will put this, since this one is not as holy like the cheese, we will put the mayo on the bottom. There you go. And like I said, this mayonnaise is made with avocado oil, 1 egg, lemon juice, salt, and Dijon mustard. That is it. All right, let's put some cheese on there. And then, let me get one more piece of cheese. Okay. There we go. And of course, my dog is eyeing me. I know, cheese, right, Cannoli? My dog's name, Cannoli. I'm gonna do the meat first on this one. And again, I'm just gonna shred up the meat so it's, you know, not as tough. Okay. And these are perfect. We're actually going to the beach very soon. So these are perfect just to throw in your cooler and have at the beach. I know mayonnaise doesn't spoil in the sun like everybody says. Not true. I think something about like the lemon juice in it keeps it from spoiling. This is like a nice size sandwich. I mean, you could load it up because you have plenty of tortilla here to, plenty of room. So, all right. There you go. Put that to the side. And we will get our lettuce next. Put that on top. There you go. Cut up a tomato. Like as thin as you can, this way it's not, you know, falling out of the sandwich or anything like that. All right. One last slice for the end. There we go. Put a little bit of salt. I prefer Celtic salt, but I think this is the Redmond sea salt. Okay. Now you can wrap it up with me. Hopefully it's cooled enough that it doesn't tear or break or anything. But if you could see, wrap it up just like a tortilla. Look at this, it's huge. I mean, you can't eat this whole thing. Humongous. And this was 1 cup of cottage cheese and 2 eggs. Like, look how big this thing is, ginormous. So let me cut it. A fancy diagonal. Okay. Like, look at that beautiful sandwich. Love it. Pop that in your cooler. I mean, it's actually huge compared to, like, look at the little cheese one. I'll get a close up. Right. Hands again. Like, this is definitely, in my book anyway, enough for one big lunch, or at least to split it with somebody. Look how, like, look. It's like the size of my head, no joke. And it's great. You can fill it with whatever you want. This one's size is perfect for me, but. Oh, see it? All right, thanks for watching. Oh, we're supposed to do that chickpea one. I don't know. I think we're gonna pass on this one. This one is a fail. But the other two, there we go, for sure. Thanks for watching.